All right, folks, what is going on? This is episode 290 of the First and Frame Rate Show. I am VF Baller. Over here, we talk about Georgia Southern and Atlanta Falcons football. Happy Monday to everybody. Hopefully, you guys have a great weekend. Weekend wasn't too bad. Got some things done around the house, hang out with the family, same old, same old. I'm working on some extra content for my other channel. That's a gaming channel that I have. And, just been relaxing, but it's been a pretty slow weekend for football. We had NBA All-Star game was this weekend, and a lot of things football related was put on the back burner. But I did see a couple of fans and some people that are making articles about trading Matt Ryan. So we're going to talk about that really quick. This may not be a very long episode, but nevertheless, I want to talk about this because I want to address this, give you my thoughts and opinions about that entire situation. Also, I'll give you a little bit of scenarios of how to deal with this situation, and we will continue to go forward with these with the content. Like I said, going forward with the content, you guys are amazing. Going through the analytics once again, you guys are making this podcast grow. I really appreciate it. Numbers looking good on the podcast side. Definitely on the podcast side, they're looking good. Also on the viewership when it comes to YouTube and Rumble. If you haven't already, go ahead and follow me over there on Rumble. And you can get the episodes if you want to watch over there to your liking. So some people may not like YouTube like that. They'd rather go to Rumble. And it's available over there as well. I'll have the link down in the description. So if this is your first time here, welcome. This is the First and Frame Rate Show. I'm VF Baller. I talk about Atlanta Falcons, Georgia Southern football, and everybody who's here. If you're listening, go ahead and put a like on the video, share this video and or podcast, and subscribe to the podcast or channel if you don't mind. Also, give me a high rating on the star chart over there on iTunes, and if you really feel it in your heart, you want to donate, the links will be down in the description through the Anchor link or CashApp. I'm still working on the PayPal one. If you see it in the description, that means it is up and running, or it's just not. I'm still working on it. So that's just how things are right now with that. Let's go ahead and get into this. Why do people want to trade Matt Ryan? Why is it so such a big deal to trade Matt Ryan? Now, I know people look at the Matthew Stafford thing and they sit here and say, hey, Matt Stafford went to another team, won a Super Bowl. Hey, can we catch that lightning in a bottle once again and do the same thing with another veteran quarterback? Matt Ryan comes to mind. Now, you already seen Drew Brees retire, Tom Brady retiring, and the NFC South is not looking too hot. But at the same time, teams are like saying, hey, let's try to get him and we'll try to make a run for a ring. Saw a couple of articles out here. Don't want to really give these articles too much shine because I'm not really a fan of them like that. But I know I'll tell you where they are. Fan Nation, SI.com, also predominantly orange. Not big of a fan of them because to me, these are, I think they're more like opinion pieces or anything. I don't think these are anything that are like just standing out as a real situation when it comes to news. So most of the time when I look at Falcon stuff, it is based on that stuff, is opinion pieces on this type of stuff. So I'm not really a big fan of them like that, but I do respect the work. Fan Nation said they should trade for a first round pick from the Browns. I think the SI.com said the same thing. And the Denver Broncos have a trade idea where it doesn't necessarily say if it's a player, so I'm guessing it's a pick as well. Now, look, I understand it. People here in Atlanta, well, I'm not in Atlanta, but the Atlanta Falcons fan base always are getting back and forth with this Matt Ryan thing. Also, people in the media kind of look at Matt Ryan's like, okay, he's good, but he's not that guy. Had a chance to win a Super Bowl in 2016. You already know the story behind that. And there's a possibility that Matt Ryan may not be able to get back to the Super Bowl with this team in general. So I can see why people say they want to trade him. But I just think as far as me, I am a Falcons fan. I'm going to be a little bit biased right now. there's absolutely no reason that you trade him. Keep Matt Ryan for the next 3 years. Have another quarterback in waiting. Groom that quarterback, and or if it's Felipe Franks is that guy, groom him, and then you will have a situation where the transition is easy instead of trading now. In my opinion, I think it's abruptly just trading them right away and trying to find the next quarterback that's going to be that guy. That could set a team back a decade if you're not really careful. So I'm not a fan of that. Now, also, when you look at the quarterbacks that are coming out in the draft, some that are in free agency, I don't see where there's a quarterback to where it's back is kind of tight. Sorry about that. I don't see where there's a viable quarterback that comes out to say, "Oh, you're going to bet the farm on this quarterback and say he's going to be our new franchise quarterback." I just don't see it. The quarterback out of Pitt, no. Malik Willis, no. I don't even know the other quarterbacks that are out there. I just don't see it. It's not saying that they're bad quarterbacks. I just don't see this. So with that being said, that's not an option. Now, finally, I saw somebody on Twitter put this out there saying that the Green Bay Packers are in talks of trying to trade Matt Ryan for Jordan Love. Absolutely not. I don't think Jordan Love's a bad player. I just think Jordan Love is the second coming to Jimmy Garoppolo. We don't need that in the Falcons for the next few years. I'm not buying it. I don't want nothing to do with it. I'm good on it. So with that being said, no. Matt Ryan's put up pretty good numbers despite not having the best cast that he's had. Not the best cast. He has better players around him in his earlier days, especially the MVP season and the 2018 season where he put up phenomenal numbers. Unfortunately, Julio Jones decided to go to the Titans. I guess that worked out for him pretty well if you really want to joke around. And Calvin Ridley, which is not a joking matter, he walked away from the game citing mental health issues. Hopefully that brother gets better. But I'm just looking at the situation and the fact that we didn't have weapons. Matt Ryan did pretty good in 2021. And I think if you decide, which I looked at a couple of places where, and I talked about this in a video a while back, where there are senses to say that the Falcons should draft a receiver, which I understand it if you're going to do what you do at Calvin Ridley, but we need pass rush. We need defense. We can't just be going around, just doing that. Oh my God, if we just give up on defense, and I ain't going to say give up defense, but don't make defense a priority, I just don't think this means nothing. I think the defense and the offensive line definitely need some work, and especially in the trenches. Matt Ryan been hit around, smacked around, not even had a chance to get rid of the ball fast enough. Protection is a big deal. Rushing the passer is a big deal. Stopping the run is a big deal. So they say defense win championships. I tend to believe that. I err on the side of that. And if you got a quarterback that makes good decisions, that can get a little bit of protection, you get that defense right, I think that's where you have a recipe to be successful. And that should really put the rumors to rest, because I feel that that's the way it is. That's the way it should be. But then again, you got people who look at Matt Ryan so many different ways, so they feel like he can't make it there anymore. Also, they're saying that Matt Ryan is a bum, he's trash, this, that, and the third, which I don't think so. I think Matt Ryan is one of the better quarterbacks in the league. Him, Aaron Rodgers, and some of these young guns in the AFC, I feel he's right there in the pack with the rest of them. But you got to give him time. You got to give him time to work in the pocket. He can't, I don't care what kind of quarterback you are. If you hike the ball and guys are in your face within a second, the only thing you can do is do a bunch of dump passes, which you kind of don't want to do in today's NFL. You don't want to just dump off the ball to people all the time. It's a really good play when the defense aren't aware. It's a really good play when you have an athlete that can make things happen. But you just can't try to sit here and try to make that the way to go, because you don't want to go and pick up guys on the offensive line. It just doesn't make any sense. at the end of the day, I feel with Matt Ryan's stats, him being a former MVP, making it to the Super Bowl, also putting up similar numbers a couple of years later, and even with the rest of his career, I think he's done a pretty good job with the Falcons. I just don't see why you would get rid of him. I just don't see it. I don't. And I'm a little biased. I do feel like he's the best quarterback that the Falcons had, without question. But when you have people in the fan base, you have people over media feeling like, oh, he can't get it done, you just don't know that, to be honest. We really don't. My gut feeling saying it's not going to happen, but we just never know. You get him some protection and you get him some receivers, it's a different ball game at that point. But that goes back to me trusting Terry Fontenot, also trusting Arthur Smith. They have a pretty decent eye for talent. A lot of the rookies did okay for the most part in the first in the first year. I think they did pretty good. So I said that this episode is gonna be pretty short, and I don't have much else to say. I will say this though. Let's not make this normal for trading Matt Ryan. I have no control over what happens. If it do happen, that he gets traded by some sense of imagination, I will report on it. I just don't see it, man. Arthur Smith likes Matt Ryan. Arthur Blank wants him to be around until he retires. I'm not really sure, how everybody else in the front office feels, like Terry Fontenot. I don't know how he really feels about it. Could he, get Matt Ryan to move on with the trade and still have the functionality to, keep it afloat? I just don't know. Because once Matt Ryan's gone, you may get a lot of picks, but it's nothing like having an experienced quarterback there. So I just don't know. So let me know what you guys think. Like I said, it's just, why do people want to trade him all the time? I just don't get it. It's just been something that's been going on for the past couple of days, this entire weekend. People have been talking about this. So let me know what you guys think. Like I said, I knew this was going to be a shorter episode than usual. Don't have much to say. Pretty much a slow start of the week. There's a lot going on in Georgia Southern. I will talk about that at a later time. Didn't want to jump into that just yet because I want to see what the rest of this week going to bring for Georgia Southern. So with that being said, I'm not going to talk about them here, but I will be talking about more Falcons and Georgia Southern football. Primarily the Falcons, because in my opinion, I think they're the ones that most need. I think Georgia Southern's going to be all right with Clay Helton. If you haven't listened to the talk that him and Jared Binko had, it was just phenomenal. This guy looked like he's wanting to be around for a while, and he's putting things in place for us to be around, for a while, be relevant, So hopefully you guys hang around for a while and continue to listen to these episodes. That's going to be the end of this. I don't have much more else to say. If you like this content, hit the like button, share this video and or podcast, subscribe to and or if you would like. If you want to donate, you hit the Cash App link, or you can hit the Anchor app. And I'm still working on the PayPal one. If it's in the description, that means it's up and running. If not, then I'm just going to keep on working at it, and I should be able to get it, eventually. Other than that, I'm going to get out of here. Man, 14-minute podcast. It's like almost 10 minutes less than usual. Hey, I don't have much to talk about when it comes to this, and Georgia Southern is kind of quiet right now. But like I said, it'll be more content throughout the week. And I thank you guys for the support. You guys are awesome. You guys are amazing. And I'll do my best to continue to give you guys the best content. All right, y'all. You guys enjoy your Monday. You guys be easy. Stay blessed. All right, y'all. Peace.